bathroom screen had to have been fired from the defendant's window, and they are now worried about the safety of their children and their pets. The defendants, however, contend that firing the BB gun at a neighbor's home is just something their kids wouldn't do. And bottom line, no one was in their house at the time.
What?
Well, let's try and find out if the defendant's children are responsible
What's today?
for this incident
What's
as
today?
the testimony gets underway.
I know you're sworn, ma'am. I have read the complaint. You claim that your bathroom window or mirror was broken by the defendant's children?
Right.
When did this happen?
This happened July 11th. It was Saturday. I've been downstairs all day just working around the house. I really don't know. It wasn't broken in the morning. And when he came home after working one night, it was really late afternoon. He went up there to take a shower and stepped on the pellet.
Mark!
Oh,
Go ahead.
say go.
Wow, that's a big one, huh?
Yeah, that's a big one.
I noticed he's looking at the camera.
That was just for accurate.
Wow, there's a box. Get a scissors. That's all we get. Yeah, you might need to. Dad, you going in, Dad? Oh my goodness, we lost it.
Did you tell them who that's from? That's from Mom and Dad, Chris.
Huh?
That present for Mommy and Daddy.
Oh, nice.
You don't know what it is, but it's nice.
There.
Did it say how nice?
There.
Oh, I thought it said how nice.
It's in the tape off for her.
Let's turn it around. You tear this side out.
Oh.
It's upside down.
Huh?
It's upside down. Ooh. Children's diesel.
Oh yeah, wait.
What's that for, Chris?
Wait. It has something on it.
Take it off.
One of my kids, it's like they had to get every little piece of paper off the present before they could open it, you know. So.
Check this.
One of it was
No assembly required. Perfect gift.
You put paper on here and you paint.
That's a
Oh, it
chalkboard.
does have a chalkboard.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Let's do this, Dad.
That's
Come
nice.
on.
Yeah,
Let's
chalkboard.
do this.
It's got a big tray.
I got some
Goes on the
check
paint
at my
side.
house that I have because I have a chalkboard.
Hey,
That
last
is neat.
it.
It's like the ladders. Pete was fun the ladder the other day. He had to go through I don't know how many ladders.
That's the tray.
Oh, they're so
Oh wow.
Yeah, that holds your paints right there, Chris. It's like that. Neato.
Oh yeah, there is.
Open this one. You had to open these last.
Oh.
No, you have to
I don't
open the
know.
card first. You know, it does put a lot of work into it.
Tell by the sound.
I stenciled it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Hey, Amber.
Okay, Chris.
Zoom in.
I'm cheating.
You cheating?
Pull it off.
Oh, you're looking?
See, put this
Stand
on
over
you.
here.
Where do you want it?
Hand me that shirt over here.
Which one?
Ken,
The
that
little
one.
baggie.
Just stand on it.
Let's see it, Doug.
Right
You're
here.
gonna need a
No.
pin or something.
Doug. Wow.
Just stay here, Chris.
Whoa.
You did good.
And your present?
Yeah.
What does that say? You're 4 years old?
I'm
All right.
It's
Let's-
sticky stuff.
Sticky?
Yeah, that's why they give you the yarn. You're supposed to tie it.
Let's.
Should have stuck a pin in there.
I'm okay.
Hey, guess where the boat goes?
If you can break that, you're stronger than me.
Move this over like this.
Amber insisted on the ribbon. I know it's hard for
There you go.
Okay, now rip it apart. See you. Oh wow.
Look at Chris, he knows how to. He's old enough to do it by himself now.
He's been old enough for a long time.
Need some new young kids so Doug can help open presents again.
Yeah, there's mine.
Ooh, what is that?
That's the meow.
Magic game.
Oh, neato.
What?
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse spin around you.
I want a
a dealer. Is it? I don't know.
No, it's.
I never did either, and I thought it was kind
Press the hat and Mickey spin. That'd be fun. We need a game to play with Chris. Look at that.
Thank you,
Reverse,
Kenneth.
right?
It's the cards.
I got
In
it.
the foreground.
Yeah, because most of the games for their age are so.
I need stickers for his eyes.
Mickey's
Just a
sleeping.
little board and a couple of few plastic things and a little cardboard spinner.
You can put them here like this.
I don't think
Let's
I
see what it
didn't put our
says.
names on the card. I guess the kids just put their names.
A treasure of birthday coins just for you. Have fun. Wow, look at all the money in there. Hope you can find the treasure hidden far beneath the sea, and hope you have a birthday that's nice as it can be. See all the money in there?
Is that
Why
for
is
me?
there all the money there? Or could I take it out?
That's so you can bribe Dad
Save
to
it.
open up
No, you
these
save it
presents.
for
Do you have
later.
the bank? You put it in
Put it in the
there.
bank and save the money.
Look at it.
Here, open this.
Just trying to get the right effect.
I don't know, it's just saying stuff here.
Opa. Uh-oh.
I understand the
Candy box. Oh no. Look it.
Take it out. Take it out all the way so we can see.
Oh, machine.
Oh, now I know what's
Let
in
the
there.
camera
We figured this one out.
Yeah, he's been walking around with those, shaking it all day.
Well, we're all gonna walk out here blowing bubbles.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
That's what all the money's for. Ah,
Takes
gee,
quarters.
stand it up so you can see it.
Takes
Yeah,
quarters.
right.
Oh,
Chris.
let's open it.
You see it?
Yeah.
It's pretty neat, I already looked at it.
Still has it?
David
No, this is
tested.
where I wasn't there. Oh, I'm sure we got that.
Oh, yours is empty.
Oh, really?
There's no gum in it.
No.
You'll have to go out and buy
some.
some.
Let's see.
That's from Grandma Hayes, Chris.
Grandma, hey, isn't that nice? I think this is metal.
No, it's
Supposed to
not.
be metal somewhere. Oh, this is
Somewhere.
This is glass.
It's metal
Yeah,
where
that
the
shaft down
money
the
goes.
middle is
Put down.
Down.
There it goes.
So where is it? Where's the good stuff?
No, it's what he's saying.
Oh, wow.
Gee, that might. Here, open another present. Maybe there'll be something in there you need.
What is it?
I don't know.
What
No.
That one has no
Paper
seams.
in that thing.
I wrapped it.
All the seams are on the
You found
bottom.
one.
Stuck now.
Trying to grab. You're trying to get.
Oh no, it's a box on it. Two of them on it.
Rainbow. I like that name. Rainbow.
What is it? It's gum. That's the gum. They all put it in.
That's the gum for in here, huh?
Yeah.
I will put those in later. Where's the other one? I'll open both now.
Use your knife
Well,
to like
yeah.
screw it.
Here you go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Hurry up. Open that one.
Where you running out of time?
It's the same thing.
Oh, that's mine.
I didn't have a penny anyway.
That's stealing.
All you gotta do is unscrew the top, Chris.
That's right, I got the screwdriver.
Uh-oh. I don't think you want to do that. It's the same thing.
Do what?
Because look.
Yeah, but you don't. I don't think
What?
you want to fill it all.
Yeah,
in.
we're only gonna put
I'll
one
put
more.
both of them
That's
in
all
here.
the key.
Here's another present. You want to try it?
Yeah.
See if I have the money.
He's got money from his card.
No, let's not use that one. Here's a nickel.
What does it take?
It takes
Takes
real
anything.
money.
She's dead.
I want a bubble gum. Buy
Slugs.
me one.
Wow, that's fancy.
Did it work?
You only get one for a nickel.
Yeah, it works.
You put a quarter and you get one.
It's a quarter.
That was a nickel. Does it work?
It's not computerized.
Do you get back your nickel?
Anybody else want a piece?
I do, I
I
do.
do.
Yeah, we're all doing it.
Do I do?
Let's stop you.
Yeah. $50, please. Big top now.
Big talk.
Okay. This one's.
Close
You
enough.
get to
They
Amber.
all want them.
It's
They
Amber's.
give you that?
Amber's.
Got blue. I like the
Liz
red.
over there wants one
Should've got
too.
the red one.
Here. Here's by her nickel.
Here I come. Watch out, Ken.
Oh. Uncle Pete wants one. That's good.
Now find out how
Run
to get
into
the
your mom,
coins
Joy.
back out.
Slow down.
Thank you.
Just take the
Hey,
whole thing
Uncle Peter
apart.
wants one. He puts
It's
it in
my
the
soft one.
Is that a good gun?
Yeah.
Kenny, you hang on there.
Oh, a pink one.
Oh, going everywhere.
My
I
style.
wanted a pink one.
It's for Uncle Peter.
Throw.
No, don't throw it.
Okay, roll it.
Rogue.
Roll it over there.
Good shot. Yay.
Yeah.
How about you didn't
Okay,
buy
here's
me
another
one?
one.
Oh, thank you.
What about the one you already had?
Huh?
Let me get my baby.
Here, open this one.
Zoom in.
That's for Mommy and Daddy.
Huh?
This one's for Mommy and Daddy.
They're all for mommy.
Were you? You were complaining?
Open it. You're on TV.
If you cry, then I'll stop.
What?
You're on TV right
You know that.
Oh. What is that? It's a game.
now. Game for what?
Oh, check it out.
Oh, really? Let's
Let's
play
open
it.
it.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it
a
Mike
party.
Tyson's
You don't have
Punch
to-
Out?
No.
I like that.
Take.
I played it.
Nintendo stuff.
You like that one, Ken?
What is it?
What is
Nintendo
it?
tape?
Is it a
It's
motorcycle
a
one?
tape. It's a tape.
Hang on.
Doug.
Wow. Mark right. Give me
Open
Chris.
it.
What's it
Let's
for,
play.
Chris?
It's a motorcycle.
Let's look inside and see what this thing is.
Give it to me. Let me play. My birthday's
Oh,
coming
Wow.
up.
What is this?
It's a Nintendo game.
It's a what?
It's a Nintendo game.
Nintendo?
Close so
See?
you can come
It's
to
the same
You
one.
put that in the
Do
TV?
you want to play it?
That's a different game.
Later.
That's a different game. One more present. Okay? Let's open one more present and then we'll play the games.
I didn't get a bubble gum.
You okay?
Oh,
Oh.
gosh.
You're filming.
That's from Uncle Ken and Liz.
The press crew doesn't get one.
Oh, another one. A bird. Bird's car.
Bert?
Bert?
Yeah, bird.
See Ernie?
Sesame Street.
Yeah.
See, Bert.
They like that Sesame Street.
Oh, is that Sesame Street?
Dominoes. Yeah.
Sesame
Oh,
Street
neat.
Dominoes. Those are cool.
Did you see that article
never saw
today?
that
The
either. Open it.
domino deal?
Yeah, let's see
Oh, it
that.
was neat. They had thousands of dominoes.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
So
you saw that?
Oh yeah, they made like a picture.
Yeah, they had,
it Europe,
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw
What-
that, the
was
Mona
really-
Lisa.
Yeah, they
the
had
Mona
that. Oh,
Lisa
that was
domino.
so neat.
That
Oh,
was,
that was
How do you
really
do that?
neat.
they had the
They had
biggest
the
domino
painting.
one, you know how every year they have to beat out the year before? They had like the
Doug.
whole Mona Lisa painting.
Make a funny face.
Painted on the dominoes and it like when it
There's all
fell
paint on
down.
dominoes and
When it fell down, it
you
made
can
the
see the
Mona
painting
Lisa.
show up.
That was
But I
cool.
mean, they just went from one scene to another, they were going, oh.
There was
yeah,
several of them, but boy, that one really stood out. That Mona Lisa.
Oh, it's huge. It was like the whole floor of some room.
Amber,
What? Cheese.
hi.
It's on TV, sweetie.
Say hi.
Who's this?
That's
That's Grover.
Here's a close up on bugs.
Oh, there's bug.
There's Big Bird. Some different sizes. One's big.
Rainbow.
They look like the half size ones. That's why they're dominoes. 50 cents. That's cool.
That'll be
Yeah,
fun.
you can cut all those out. That's on your net. You pop them out of the cardboard. Be careful, maybe I better do it.
Sound like the only one that writes
Chris, happy birthday.
You have not escaped. Doug, you
Are you
gotta
supposed to have the
fix
cake
your neck.
first before you open it?
I'm not gonna do it until you do get that done.
I don't care.
There's this thing where you're supposed to say happy birthday before you give one.
Somebody start singing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Christopher. Happy birthday to you. How old are you?
Well then.
How old are you, Chris?
1, 2, 3, 4 years old.
Turn the light on. Like him. Behind you. The light.
I want to be one day.
No.
I'll take
No.
Must be.
Come here.
Yeah.
So how old are you now, Chris? How old are you? You're 4 years old?
Do that.
God, I'm laughing.
Well,
My Mark looks pretty mad.
Yeah, the
Really?
face
Look
on your
at
drawing.
that face.
He's not getting no presents today.
I think his face just all ended up down at the bottom. He's tired. He's
Too
just
much
kind of slumped down. There, he looks happier now. No, he is very serious.
He always looks at him. He's always seriously.
Joe's here.
oh, I want
Worms
Some
like
ice cream.
that.
Yeah.
This is the cake that rolled down the hill and we scooped off the side. I popped a pie one time.
Wait, how does it say happy birthday? HD goes around the corner.
D-A-Y. There's see, there's in green. I ran out of blue.
Oh, I get it.
Somebody don't know how to
It looks like you let the kids.
You made an effort here and her hat.
You imagine what you
Mud
voted
pie
on?
cake.
It's
Doug,
He doesn't know the difference, right?
Chris, no.
Doug,
Chris.
don't.
No, it's Chris.
Come on,
He's
don't
pushing.
clown around, guys.
Chris, cut it out.
At first I thought it was Doug, and I realized Chris was pushing.
Doug, come over here. Where you won't.
Oh, God, this is hard.
What? What did you say?
Zoom in.
Oh, back up. You're getting shade on his face. I can't see him.
my birthday.
Yeah, it's your birthday. No sweat.
oh, he's got his forehead scrunched.
Oh.
There he is.
Too close. Mark.
One.
Please. Pass that around.
It's moving now. Oh boy.
What?
No? You don't want it?
So it's that one. Okay, you don't get it. I'll have your piece.
I'll have it. Don't want it?
You get one later.
You do
They're
want
good,
some,
huh?
don't you? You're mean.
Yeah.
Talking
Probably
about
like where your mom has
Baby
it.
trash.
Put it right here. What do you mean trash? You don't sit in the trash. What are you doing?
I don't mind it. Just put a face in there for me.
Okay, good idea.
You sleepy?
Hello, Christopher.
Did everybody get a piece? Oh, he went stuff one.
It's good.
Grandma gonna fall out, splat you.
Huh?
Is that it?
Did Monica make this?
Yeah.
She's never around to tell us.
I know. She was going to get her hair permed tonight, and then she chickened out because the lady's husband was there, and she didn't want him to still watching her.
Doug, Eden, here's your
With her hair up in rollers.
Well, I don't blame her.
So,
You gotta lean more.
No, I'll stay on first gear next time. I was going to.
Let them do it again. You could use 2 fingers. One on this side,
You can make it.
one on that side, okay? Now make the motorcycle lean. See him? Make him lean. See, now go this way.
This guy's
Go
going
this
to
way.
the desert or what?
Oh, you push that side. Push this side.
Where's Chris?
Had him there, so I was looking for a ray. Don't have to do that.
What? What's the water doing, Chris?
It's funny.
You're a big dude up there. Wearing Bill on him there. Come on, Andrew. Go, bud. Come on, bud.
Okay, I'm gonna report him now. I got it on tape.
Come on, Andrew.
Throwing
Let's
rocks
go.
on the fish.
Let's go look at the flamingos.
What are you waiting for? Huh?
Wait for them to bring one out for us.
There you go. Dueling cameras.
Do they feed back if you point them at
Yeah.
the
Did she see you?
I guess not.
Huh?
I guess not.
Stand farmer.
Mom. Mommy.
Gonna explode.
Rafiki is what we call an Abyssinian ground hornbill. A little clumsy, but he nonetheless. And the Abyssinian ground hornbill, actually the name tells us a lot about him. He would come from an area in Africa that used to be called Abyssinia. They're primarily a ground bird, although he can fly, and they'll work with the hornbill before, and we haven't found any other trainers that have done much with them either, so we were sort of charting new ground with him. We wanted to try to find a reward or some type of food that he would consider to be a treat. We found two items that Rafiki just loves. One's a piece of meat. That's one of the things Lisa's tossing to him up here when he takes his mind off of the daisy buds.
D is an animal that is related to the koala. They have something in common. These animals are marsupials. That means that the females would have pouches where the babies are raised. When they're first born, the youngsters are quite immature and they actually have to climb their way up into the pouch where they will find nourishment. While in there, they will develop the rest of the way. Here he does have a harness on him. That's important that we have ways to restrain our animals when we have them out on stage close to all of you. And you can probably imagine it's a little bit difficult to go into a pet store and try to find a kangaroo harness. So we've had to kind of devise some of our harnesses ourselves. Take a look at how strong Dundee's tail is. That is one of his main features. He'll use that tail when he jumps as a rudder and also when he sits.
A lot of people see him and think that he's a bobcat. Actually, a bobcat's a real good guess because they do have some very similar characteristics. Take a look at the little extra bits of hair right on the tip of Koshka's ears. Those are called ear tufts, and the bobcats and the lynx both have are actually quite small. Another similarity between the two cats are their tails. We'll have Koshka give you a good view of that. He has a relatively short tail, and it's tipped totally in black. The bobcat has that same tail, but it's actually banded black and white. If you ever see a cat in the wild, chances are that's the end you're going to be seeing anyway, so you can always tell which cat is which. Now, something that the bobcat is not going to have that Koshka has are those horrendous paws. He's actually not going to grow into those. Koshka's full grown right now. Just spring out and catch that prey. It's a lot easier than completely running through that snow after the animal. Now, Koshka is absolutely wonderful, and people are really impressed with him. Unfortunately, some people like him just a little bit too much because they would rather wear his fur coat on their shoulders than let Koshka wear it on his. Right now, this is a type of cat that is not protected at all. In fact, they really don't have any ideas of how many belly fur it has. The spots, that's the most popular item for coats. Believe it or not, for every 35 lynx that are caught, there are over 100 other animals that are usually caught.
Daddy! Let's get!
See ya.
I'm up here! I
What I'm going to basically try to do is just narrate what he's doing, because this isn't a trained thing. This is just something we do as a game. And a lot of it depends on his mood. You're getting to see a lot of nice jumps today. When you see Charger reach up and swat at the prey with one of his 2 front feet, what he's trying to do mainly is just knock the prey off balance possibly, which might slow it down and give him an opportunity to re-grab it. Only when he really thinks he's got a good shot at it will he bring both of his front feet into play at the same time to grab the animal and bring it down. The reason that he is very reluctant to do this could be that if he brings both feet into play and then misses, he could possibly end up face down in the dirt and an old rabbit be laughing at him, and that wouldn't be very good now, would it? We don't want that to happen. Oh, it's back there in the bushes, isn't it, Charger? Gonna wait for the opportune moment. And it's up, and it's down. Yeah, very good, kid. Keep going. Whoa. Okay, we're gonna see if we can set Charger up with some stuff. So we're sitting still, and hopefully that'll give Charger kind of a position to get bored with what. Well, Charger, you're sort of walking in a direction that makes it real hard for anyone to see what you're about to do. So I'll tell you what, Squirt, why don't you come back over here and just do the same thing. Well, there's kind of a crouching maneuver. He's waiting. Whoa, whoa, whoa! You got that rhinoceros, by golly. Now why don't you try it again? Okay, Charger, over there. Walk away. Walk away. I know you people are going, oh, I bet this lady doesn't even know. This cat will never leave. He might not. But if he doesn't, we'll make him do some other stuff, which is pretty fun, too. Well, boy, I don't know. He doesn't look like he's in the stocking. Wait a minute. Okay, here we go. Now watch how he uses his back feet, digging in.
Go over there, Chris. Chris is just...
This is the fun thing to watch. I got food out of here.
Favorite diaper and she said he just barely like the fact
What's up?
try it.
What?
Dave, get out of the way.
Keep walking. Okay, now open your hands. Which one do you want to feed? Feed that big one? Good. Please, close your hands. Put your hands so it doesn't fall through.
It's their food.
Hey, Chris.
Pet them. Now, Katie, they're going to come up to you really fast to get that food because they really want it. You get a quarter here? I'm trying to watch my back for those. That one's tired. Some more? Joy, you want to give him some more? Okay, here you go. Just push him away. Okay, give it to the deer, bud.
Dual camera. Stereo.
keep that one? Okay, you gotta get it.
He's gonna follow me everywhere.
Why?
This is her last time around. This is going to be her final hoop. Say goodbye to a very strong and beautiful bird that goes by the name of...
Watch for white wing patches on the backs of his wings as he's flying. Another sign that he has now reached what the adult bird looks like. Bart is an Andean condor. Bump on the top of his head. That's called a carnacle. Distinguishes the male bird from the female. We help them by showing you, Bart, our Andean condor.
Wildlife Service and turned over to us to use in our educational program. So you might get a close look at a golden eagle and perhaps learn a few facts about them. The golden eagle gets its name from the golden colored feathers located on the nape of its neck. Diana weighs about 9 pounds and she has a wingspan of over 6 feet. Now, the eagles are very beneficial, as are all birds of prey. They eat many small rodents, including mice, rats, squirrels, and gophers, and they're not above eating carrion either.
We hope this has given you a better understanding of the animal condition. And I am your man.
What is that down there? It's coming down out of the box.
The monkeys.
And you notice that these females don't have those big visible tusks. If you would like to compare Asians with Africans, you can look to your left and you can compare the African elephants with the Asian elephants. On the left are the African cows. These are all females, but they do have big visible tusks, which is Americans. Also the Grevy zebra. Sure, these farther down the slope are some of the older stags with larger racks of hair. Go Parl. Andrew gazelle and scimitar horned oryx in North Africa, and just below, right by the giraffe feeder, well, you might see lying down to this side of it a few of the common wildebeest. That's a little baby Roosevelt's gazelle that's running up to this. That's fun. Those giraffe stand sometimes 17 to 18 feet tall. The Baringo giraffe with its face. It's a good look at the northern white rhino. If you look to the right, you'll see the southern white rhino in our South African enclosure, and it's a very different story about the southern white rhino. The southern white is the only species of rhinoceros that's not in southern white rhino, and there are now over 3,000 off the endangered species list. Now that really muddy rhino is not a white rhino, it's a black rhino. Of that camel that's eating from that branch on the tree, there's a goat. There's a little kid up in the tree to the great because they are no longer found in the wild, and a date has been set for 1990 when a herd of the Przewalski's wild horse will be released back out into the wild in Mongolia. If you look up there on the left, you might see that baby. If you're in the back of the train, if it was sheltered from view from the feeder, you'll be able to see the newest foal up there. The Przewalski's wild horse. Right. Animals with stripes are often in forested areas where the stripes are camouflaged, and this next picture of a zebra on its legs. But if you look at its head, it really doesn't look much like a zebra at all. If it reminds you of a giraffe, that's because the okapi. We are one of only 3 parks or zoos in the United States that has the okapi on exhibit, and in order to avoid inbreeding, we do have to trade the animals back and forth a little. Some poles up there that look like bird lookout points for the birds of prey that live in the hillsides around the park. We have a really bad rodent problem here. We put out a lot of food for our animals. The rodents are attracted to it. They eat about 10% of the food we put out, and since we feed out about $40,000 worth of food a month, only we might get a look at them. Look off to the right, and we'll see if we can get a good look at the western lowland gorillas that come over here to this side of the park stadium. So if you come out here for the bird show at 4:30, you'll be able to see the western lowland gorillas on that same section of pathway. Last enclosure that we'll pass on the right is the home of our Hanuman langurs. These are beautiful little monkeys, and if you like to watch primates, you should come back here. The Hanuman langurs are also known as the sacred monkey of India, and the pathway that runs around this enclosure does run at all different levels, so you can see that those people are getting a good view.
Did you have fun, Chris?